Welcome to ReginaldESQ. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the M18 Hellcat, which is the Tier 6 American tank destroyer, or I should say turreted tank destroyer, because like the Wolverine it has a turret. This is a very good tank. It's a bit of an iconic tank. It's one of those ones that some people will just choose this line just to get this tank and proceed no further. Similar, it's like the Russian KV-1S. It's one of those tanks that everybody wants to try and use, and they're very, very popular. And with good reason. The Hellcat has 570 hit points. It weighs 21 to 22 tons, 460 horsepower, which is quite good for the weight. Has a speed limit of 72 kilometers an hour, and yes, it is seriously fast, this tank. Downhill on the flat, very quick. It does slow down quite a bit on hills. And it has a traverse speed of 30, so it turns okay, but it doesn't turn like, say, a light tank would. Don't expect that sort of performance out of it, but its speed is very, very good. Acceleration is fair as well, not great, but fair. It has a turret traverse speed of 16, which is, of course, poor, but hey, it's got a turret, which not many tank destroyers do, so that's a bonus anyway. View range is 370, which is very good. And signal range is 750, which is outstanding. Now let's have a look at something. Well, we need to look at the gun, but before we do that, I'll just go into the research tree here. When you start off with this tank, if you had the Wolverine, as I did, you will start with the M1A2 gun. If you came through the T49, you will start with the M1A1, and you'll have to unlock the M1A2, which is a better gun. That will cost you 5,800 to research. Once you do that, you will get a new turret. The new turret is much better than the old one. So the old turret had a armor value of 25, 13, 13, and the upgraded turret has an armor rating of 76, 31, 44. So it's a much tougher turret, and does allow you to go hull down against some tanks. The mantlet is quite strong. I'll go into that a little bit more later. And then you get this gun, which is the gun you will be using, I would suggest. As you can see, it's quite an upgrade. So the Wolverine gun had 128 penetration with 115 damage. The Hellcat gun has 160 penetration with 240 damage. So it is quite an upgrade. However, you do lose the sensational rate of fire, 19.35 versus 7.5. The aiming time's the same, 1.7, 1.7, and the accuracy is the same, 0.35, 0.35. So I have got a game for you where I use the M1A2 gun. It was one of the early games, so my crew won't be 100%, but it will give you a good idea of how that gun does perform. And look, due to the rate of fire, it is a very good gun. It's the same gun though that was on the T40 as well, so it's getting a bit, it just doesn't have the penetration. It's a good gun, but if it had more penetration, I would consider using that rather than the 90mm, simply because the rate of fire is sensational. You can do a lot of damage, but you really need to get the 90mm for the penetration. And I have another really good game with the 90mm you can have a look at as well. Enough about those guns. Let's get back to have a look at this tank again. So it has an excellent camouflage rating. I think it's the third best of all the Tier 6 tank destroyers, but it's very, very good camouflage rating. If you're deciding that the next tank in the tree after the Hellcat, before the Hellcat, if you've had the Wolverine, you get the choice of the Jackson or the Hellcat. If you have the T49, you can only have the Hellcat, which is why I went the Wolverine, so I had the choice. If you're choosing between the Hellcat and the Jackson, bear in mind that the Jackson's camouflage rating is about 20% worse than the Hellcat. So the Hellcat is faster and has better camouflage. The Jackson has slightly better armor, but the Jackson's better armor is only on the lower plate. It's not on the rest of the hull, so it's not much of an advantage. Hence why most people go the Hellcat. So the Hellcat's armor rating is, on the front we have 13, on the side we have 13, and on the rear we have, can you guess? 13. Yes, indeed, you're right. So it's 13 all round, which is the same as saying it has no armor whatsoever on the hull. The turret though, with the upgraded turret, however, we have 76 on the front, and it's pretty much all mantlet, the front. You've got these little bits here, but they're hard to hit because they're very sloped or very angled. On the side of the turret, it's 31. Nobody at Tier 6 is going to have trouble penetrating that. and the rear is the same also. Oh no, sorry, it's 44 on the rear. Now this rear bit here, if you have a look inside, you can see there's ammunition storage in there. So anybody shooting this, although it's probably hard to penetrate from the side because of that slope, but really if they put it in the back of your turret, you'd probably blow up. But people don't bother because the hull's so easy to shoot anyway. Now I said you can go hull down in this tank because the mantlet's pretty good, and you really can because it has fantastic gun depression. Has minus 10 degrees of gun depression, and it has 20 degrees elevation. And with the turret quite close to the front, and being not a long tank, it really is good at popping up over hills and having a shot, and then popping back down again. Works really effectively, this tank. And because if you sort of get spotted by several tanks in that area, with the speed you can relocate to a completely different area and pop up somewhere else, surprising your enemies. So the tank in that respect is very, very good. What else can we tell you about it? Ammunition wise, that's what I might tell you about it. Let's have a look. It doesn't have a lot of ammunition. You only have 30 rounds. I have 27 normal and 3 of the armor piercing rounds. I don't bother carrying any HE ammo. I think it's useless personally. Now you can run out of ammo, although because it's not exactly a quick firing gun, you probably won't run out of ammo, but you might come close. The first game I'm going to show you, I do actually run out of ammo, but I'm using the earlier gun that is the rapid firing gun. And with the rapid firing gun, you will probably run out of ammo fairly often. But if you're using this main gun, the ammo seems to be enough. Alright, so without any further chit chat, let's get into some gameplay.
Let's get this show on the road.
Alright, the map is Tundra. I'm in my Hellcat. I have the M18 gun, which is the gun you get from the Wolverine. So it's, I think I've played about, I think my crew is about 85%, something like that. So if the gun doesn't seem to be very accurate, that might be why. Now the Hellcat doesn't have very good armor, so I'm taking up a sniping position to begin with. Now I said that the Hellcat had 30 rounds, but as you can see with this particular gun it has 45 rounds. So when I did the review there I told you it had 30, but yeah, it has 45 if you're using this gun, which is still not that much for this gun. This gun can really chew through the ammo. A lot of chit chat you see going on there, but it's oh, we hit him. So that's a T-25-2, which is the tank you get after the Hellcat. If you want to keep going with that tank destroyer line, that's the next one in the lineup, the T-25-2, which gets the same gun as the Hellcat, but it's slower. I don't know why, but it's not a bad tank actually. I will review that one soon. We're getting some good shots, and as you can see, its armor is quite poor. Blind firing there.
Critical hit. Penetration.
Oh. Oh, somebody else gets the kill. Oh well. Now I can see, as you see, it's not getting much except orange and red here through the red to kill. I probably shouldn't be firing at this tank, but unless I was firing at its tracks. But you know, I'm just experimenting here to see what the gun can do. Obviously, I'm not having any luck with that. You can see the camouflage is very good. No one's actually taken a shot at me yet, even though I'm just firing through this bush. I actually think these tanks down here can't see me. The camouflage range is just so good, even with when firing.
We didn't even scratch them.
Alright, so we tracked the KV-3 there, and we got a penetration in the side of the turret.
Critical hit.
here's a Hellcat. It's almost dead.
Enemy armor is destroyed. We didn't penetrate their armor. They dinged us.
Yeah, bounced off the top of his turret there, so if you can't get through the top of the turret, it's not much hope of penetrating. Now this is a very interesting game. This is one of my favourite games ever for what's about to happen. I've got 12 rounds of normal ammo, 3 rounds of premium ammunition left. As you can see, at range, the turret turns fine. It's mainly when you're close in, it's a real problem, the slow turret. Don't know if that hit or not. Looked like it went pretty close to it. Top of the Tiger, we're trying to aim for the cupola. The shots are going wild, but it is a long way, 615 metres away, so it is a long range shot. It's not very accurate today. I think part of this missing is my crew not being 100%. Because you expect at least one of those to actually hit the tank.
That one didn't go through.
At least that one hit. Now, I've used up all my standard rounds and it's automatically switched over to the premium rounds. Although I have to tell you, during the game I'm blissfully unaware of this. I'm still thinking I've got plenty of ammo. T-28 prototype.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy
And
armor
I
is
do
hit.
recall being surprised that I was penetrating the P-28 so easily. Then I go to fire again and it won't fire. Why won't my gun fire? It won't fire because I'm out of ammunition. Oh dear. It's a close game, 10-9, and I'm out of ammo. What do I do? I'm thinking to myself, well, do I find someone and ram them? Well, I've got a very light tank. I can't ram anyone, I'll just explode. So, what do? I've just speeded up a little bit here. I decide I'm going to try and cap. I figure that's the most valuable service I can do, is to try and cap, or maybe do some spotting on the way, but I've pretty much made up my mind I'm going to cap. I'll just go to normal speed so you can see the speed of the tank. So we're doing over 60 now, so you can see we can cover a fair bit of territory pretty quickly in this tank. So I'm going around towards their cap, and I just noticed there's something being spotted behind me. There's a red behind me. I quickly look and there's a Tiger 2. So I quickly start moving again, and I'm thinking he spotted me there. He must have spotted me. He's probably going to come after me. So now I'm thinking, great, I'm going for the cap, I've got no ammo, and I've got a Tiger 2 who's going to come up behind me. But there's nothing else I can do, so I figure let's go for it. Now I know this T-28 prototype was around somewhere, so I'm a little bit worried about that. So I'm just trying to pop up and have a look. Can't see anything, so here comes the scary part. We're going to go into the cap and tell everyone where we are. It's 12:10 now, so we're actually doing a bit better. They've got 3 tanks left and we've got 5, including me. So there's a T-28's been spotted, he's on the way in. So I'm just going to stay this side of the rock. And something hit that tank. What was it? I'm really focused on this T-28. But it's the Tiger. Okay, looks like I'm Cactus. But one of my teammates kills the Tiger. How lucky was I? So the T-28's trying to get a shot at me. Gee, I was lucky with that Tiger getting hit. So we're 43% capped. T-28, not the fastest tank in the world. And I I don't want to get in a... I can't shoot, so... If he knew I was out of ammo, he might probably try and, you know, rush me or something, but... And he moves in a position where he gets hit by one of our tanks now. 64%, 65% capped. So now he's got to worry about who's shooting at him. So they've still got 2 tanks left. So he doesn't want to go any further that way, but... This is hilarious. Yoo-hoo! 98% cap, 99. They've still got 1 tank left. There he is over there. He's about to die, I think. Anyway, we've captured the base. Woohoo! Well, I hope you enjoyed that game. I thought it was a lot of fun. That's why I really love that game. I didn't do a lot of damage or anything, but it was simply the fact of having no ammunition and getting the Invader medal for capping and winning the game, or helping win the game for the team. As you can see, it was our Class 2 badge, which would indicate... I don't know what that indicates. Oh, well, I don't know. I know a lot of people drive a Hellcat, but surely that's not considered a good score in a Hellcat. Maybe it was a slow week. Let's have a look at the next screen. And we came 3rd on experience for the team, and well, we were way down the list on damage. A couple of tanks there. This AMX did some big damage, 4,000. So yeah, we didn't do a lot of damage. We had the stock gun, but obviously we played a pretty big part in the game. That's funny. We fired 45 shots, which was every shot we had. We had 20 direct hits. Most of them are long range. Penetration's 9. So obviously that stock gun penetration's a bit of an issue. Damage 853, which is not bad considering the stock gun. Enemy spotted 2, damage 4, destroyed 1, and damage due to our assistance 132. Yep, 100 base capture points. Woohoo! And we made a little bit of cash. Pretty good experience though, 774, and then the premium came up to 1100. I think the reason we got that experience, maybe the base capture, maybe we got a lot of points for that. Anyway, on to the next game. Okay, the map is Malinovka. I think my crew is around about 95%, somewhere around there at this stage. I have the top gun now. The tank is, I think, fully upgraded. I decided to go up the hill and try out the gun depression up here. It should operate quite well up here with the great gun depression. I don't normally divert to have a shot at these guys who are down below, because normally I'm in a heavy tank. But since I'm in this type of tank destroyer, I decided to have a look, see if we can hit any of them. Japanese premium tank. Nice shot into the side there, 279, that was nice.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Oh, good way to start the game. Wolverine also has good gun depression, so we need to be careful. Oh, he pulled in front of our shot there. M3 Lee, I don't think a lot of that tank. No, we've hit the dirt. What's that shot? Don't think a lot of the M3 Lee. I've never driven it, but it's never worried me. I never see an M3 Lee and go, oh no, an M3 Lee. They just they don't seem to be very good tanks.
Enemy armor is hit.
Oh, artillery finds us, so somebody had spotted us. Obviously, what tier is that artillery? It's tier 5, so he must have missed us. Must have been just a close shot. VK30? Nice. Yeah, it must have gone close but not hit us, because if that had hit us, it could have... Ooh, I don't know if it would have one-shot us, but it would have done a lot of damage. Open top tank destroyer with not much armour. Oh, that was a terrible shot. This artillery's still going for me. It's dropping shells all around me. So I've just got to keep moving. If I stand still, it's not going to be good.
Enemy armor is hit.
That was a nice shot. We've got a KV2. He takes care of the Wolverine there with his big HE gun.
Penetration.
This time we hit the M3 Lee. That KV2 could probably move up now with a fair degree of confidence. The enemy didn't really send any super tough tanks up here.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Alright, I'm being very cautious because going up a hill's alright because you can use the hill as your cover and use your gun depression to that extent. But now I'm on a sort of a flatter bit and you know, the armor's not much, so I've got to be very careful. Use the tank's camouflage, move from cover to cover. Got an ELC going out to do some scouting, so we might as well follow up and see if he can spot anything for us to shoot. M4 would be nice if we could damage that. There's a T1 behind the building. That T1 and M4 should really have come up the hill. They might have had a chance of winning the hill.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Now they're going to get picked off. Whew, KV2 just exterminates the jumbo, but the KV2 gets eliminated as well. That was probably... don't know if that was a T1 or might have been their artillery. Not sure who got him, but... so I've got to be careful up here. If I expose myself, someone's going to nail me. So we know the T1's there. We're just hoping he'll come out. ELC does really well there. He teased him out. He had no intentions of shooting him. He just teased that T1 out so the T1 would come out to have a shot. He knew I was up here. That's very good driving by the ELC driver. I see him now going deeper, so I figure I have to move forward now to back him up. He's doing such a good job. If I don't move forward to shoot at what he scouts and he gets killed, I'll be a bad player. So, excuse me. So he's found the artillery. See if I can get a shot on it. And I can't. That's the artillery that hit me before, so I'd love to kill it. I noticed the VK30, another VK30. I think the other one was a 30, it was a H, this is a P. Excuse me. He doesn't know where he's getting shot from, obviously. Probably hit with that second shot, but I'm not sure. So using the speed of the tank now, as you can see, we're going pretty quick. 60, 70 kilometers an hour. And now we have a shot on the artillery. Alright, we're going well, we've got 4 kills. This VK sitting out in the open, so no, we miss. Can't hit everything, I guess. He seemed to be there, so now having a tank that's fast means that you don't have to go the shortest path. You can go the long path through all the bushes, stay camouflaged, and still get there in good time. That is the trouble with a slow tank, like, you know, your Churchills those sort of things is you a lot of times in the game you just don't have a choice to take cover. You just have to go straight across an open field in the open, because you just otherwise you never get anywhere and you're out of the game. Whereas the Hellcat, you can really utilise cover. Now I know the middle of this is pretty clear because that ELC has just scouted that other side, so I'm thinking it's probably pretty safe for me to stay just to drive straight across the field. Still using whatever cover I can find. Now we've spotted the Churchill. He's on full health. There's a Churchill 1, so his armour has quite a few holes in it. Just blind firing here now to see, hopefully we're hitting it. Oh, he changed direction on me. I led that a bit too much. Too smart for my own good.
Enemy is hit.
Looks like we're going to have to guess where he is. Type T-34. Lead the shot, but he turned. So we'll just have a guess shot. We must hit this Churchill with a couple of those shots because he's in poor health. Don't know if that hit or not. Looked like it might have. As you can see, smashing through things like that really does slow you down. The Hellcat is not a heavy tank, so obstacles, crashing into trees and things does slow it down a bit. Apologise if this game looks a little bit jerky. I don't know why it does that. Alright, so one of our guys has started capping. I think it's the KV1. Still 5 minutes to go. It's probably not a bad idea to cap. Although you do make yourself a target when you cap. As you can see, he's the player who hasn't got any kills yet, so he probably just wants to do something. But it's a bit, you know, you make yourself a target when you cap, which is okay if you outnumber the enemy by a lot, but it's still fairly close, so I don't know if I'd be capping at this stage. So I'm just thinking now, because he is capping though, I'm thinking, oh, they're going to try and get down here and shoot at him. They're going to get close enough, so I'm thinking they've got to come through here at some stage. So I'm trying to use bits of cover and here we go. Told ya.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Fortunately for me, he didn't have a lot of health left. So now we've only got the Churchill. Okay, so just the Churchill left. Sorry, I just had to restart Bandicam then. Oh, okay, so now we've found the Churchill.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Beautiful. And that's the end of the game. They're all dead. Well, as you can see, we had a ripper game. That was our mastery for that tank. And we got Top Gun. Great fun game that. We just dominated, really. Dominated by hanging back and not letting anyone see us. So we obviously hit a lot of tanks. Obviously killed 6 tanks because we've got Top Gun. Yeah, love looking at screens like that. Doesn't happen that often. It's good when it does. Alright, so we did 3,500 damage, which was 3 times as much as anybody else in the game. So yeah. And 1,260 raw experience. That's a lot of experience without even premium put on it. That's well, nice game. And we fired 26 shots. 20 of those were direct hits, which is very, very good. Penetrations 19, which is fantastic. Out of 20 hits to get 19 penetrations. Although, look, it was a tier 6, tier 5 game. There weren't that many tier 6s, so you got to sort of expect to penetrate frequently at that sort of level. Splash damage. How did we get splash damage? Oh no, we received splash damage a couple of times. So the artillery hit us a couple of times. We spotted 1, damaged 11, destroyed 6. So damaged 11 tanks. Wow. and a little bit of assistance damage. We made some good money. We had a big bonus, though, 29,000 coin bonus for a couple of promotions that got going at the moment. Otherwise, we still would have made about 40,000, which is great for a tier 6 game. And yeah, raw experience 1260 and come up to 1890 with premium. Fantastic. Thank you for watching my review of the M18 Hellcat. I hope you enjoyed that. It is a great tank. Just be careful not to get carried away with the speed and rush way ahead of everyone. I do that myself and tend to get myself into trouble. I find for myself it's better just to hang back a little bit. Other than that, though, it is a great tank. If you like the review, please give me a thumbs up. It does mean a lot to me. And if you wish to subscribe, please subscribe to ReginaldESQ. Other than that, if you have this tank, I hope you enjoy it and have fun.